We have an off-market 4-bedroom single family in this Ewa Beach neighborhood. We also have an off-market home coming in Hoopili. It's a townhome. And in this video, we're gonna tell you a bunch of reasons why you should consider buying it. And if you stay with us, I'm even gonna give you a bunch of reasons why you might not wanna buy this listing or live in Ewa Beach. Reasons you should buy this home in this Laulani neighborhood right next to Safeway here in Ewa Beach. One is bang for the buck. You can't get a 4-bedroom this nice and new and this clean of a neighborhood with a swimming pool for this price. The seller would be open to doing it off market before going to market. And we're gonna be coming to market, I believe, at 8:30. It's just hard to find that anywhere else. We're right next to Safeway. When I say Safeway, I mean the Safeway shopping center, right? There may be, you know, Safeway and Starbucks over there. You can also go to Hawaii Family Dental or Thai Forever. You can also go to Rocky Ramen or Matsuzaka Te. And side note, just because we're driving by, we don't have like Bank of America and Wells Fargo in Hawaii. I think that has to do with Hawaii politics. We have local banks, Bank of Hawaii, which is right over there. Hawaii State Federal Credit Union, American Savings Banks, actually local banks. Well, we're gonna talk about local restaurants that make Hawaii, Hawaii. You can't, if you're in Ewa, you cannot sleep on Jolene. I'm actually not a big lobster eater. Have you ever had the lobster sandwich?
No, I haven't heard about
it. Yeah, you heard about it, right? It's known. But yeah, Jolene's is another thing that makes Hawaii, Hawaii. If you wanna go surf, you can go surf at Bush, you can go surf at Barber's. You can go to Waikai, there's food truck nights, farmers markets, a hula show, I believe, on Mondays. I wasn't a big fan of the potential of Waikai coming, and now that it's here, I'm actually a fan of it. We come down to Ewa Beach just to go to it. You're close to Kamakana Shopping Center, the newest, nicest outdoor mall. It used to just all be one Ewa plane. How's it, guys? Local family using their garage as square footage and doing some art projects with the kids, as this is the end of the summer break. When you're talking Ewa, you're talking Kapolei, you're talking Kapolei, you're talking Ewa. When we went to high school at Campbell, it was all one high school. It was just one flat plantation community back in the day. In fact, Kapolei, there wasn't much there. You can shoot over to Kapolei Commons. There's multiple movie theaters, shopping, core power yoga, down to earth. Costco, really close by. There's a bowling alley, Barbers Point Bowling Alley. I didn't even mention shooting over to Keoneula pretty easily. Access to West Side beaches, the deepest, bluest, beautiful ocean with the nicest sand. Walking the Keoneula lagoons for exercise. Easy places for the kids to play. Popping into Disney Laulani just to catch tourist vibes without paying $800 a night for a room. Like, because you live in the southwest tip of the island, all of these things become way more accessible. Sunsets on the beach over here. There's so much in this community. Some of you might be thinking like, well, okay, so there's normal things that would be in a neighborhood. What's the big deal? Well, if you live in like Kaneohe or Kahalu'u, or you're thinking about outer islands like Big Island or Kauai or something, you can't get all of these things. You know, you might have to drive to just shop, do basic shopping, do basic grocery shopping. Even parts of Oahu, right? Shout outs to Jeff and Maria. They said, I really want to live on the North Shore. We like going there, but I wonder how it'll be year round. Fact of the matter is, you can go to the North Shore on Saturday with your kayak or scuba gear or whatever, but sometimes living there in 45 minutes to go do anything can get a little old. This is a great place to have a routine. This is a great neighborhood to get a lot of bang for your buck, 4 bedrooms, end unit, a lot of guest parking. Have a nice Hawaii American routine. So I say Hawaii American. It's not just, you know, chicken farms and eating from banana trees. Like, that's romantic, but not everyone wants to do that all of the time, right? It's a bit homogenized and incorporated and gentrified, but there's also, you know, like Kapolei Chinese restaurant. Don't sleep on that. I've heard that the Thai place in Ewa Beach, when we did our last Ewa Beach video, shout out to Syra, she actually is like, I hate to even expose this, but I don't know if it's called Ewa Beach Thai or whatever, but point is you have a mixture of the gentrified, convenient, you know, in Kapolei, there's Target, Ross, Marshalls. You have a balance of that stuff along with stuff that still makes Hawaii, Hawaii. Leave me a comment. What's more Hawaii than riding in the back of a truck in a chair? I remember when I first moved to Hawaii as a young kid, I think it was maybe my first few hours off the plane. We're on the freeway. I'm like, wow, these people, they look like me, and they're throwing shakas over, and there's this guy sitting in the back, and he had shades on, and I'm like looking outside the window at the guy, and the guy's like, he wasn't in a chair, but he was sitting, kind of like how Kenji's sitting over here. Ewa Beach, although it doesn't look Hawaii, I mean, in a way, it's more Hawaii than Keoneula or Kailua in ways, right?
Yeah.
We grew up here. I mean, this was a plantation community, and at its root, there's still plantation vibes. If you don't like rain, if you don't like pressure washing mildew all over the place, like Keoneula, like you have to do where I live in Mililani, you want controlled climate. Hawaii's cool and all, but you live in a place like Hilo, you have a place like Keoneula, it's like Seattle wet all the time and gloomy. If you want sun and you don't mind going from AC to AC, Ewa Beach is your place. All right guys, we have a 3-bedroom, 2-bath townhome coming soon, but for the next probably month, it's gonna be off market in the Hoopili, greater Ewa Beach area. In contrast to here where we are, a little deeper down Fort Weaver Road into Ewa Beach. In contrast, what Hoopili has going for it is you're really close to the freeway. You have rail access, so right now, depending on where you work, you can utilize the rail. In the future, you'll be able to utilize it even more, and hopefully it'll bring more value to those properties. And we can do this property off market as well, because for certain reasons, we're not able to list it for probably another month. Now, Hoopili also have a pool, area to play soccer. You have your plot where you farm and stuff. So you talk about bang for your buck. You can talk about square footage for your buck and amenities for your buck. There's also a consideration there, which is newness for your buck as well. A lot of these homes in this Ewa Beach neighborhood were built in the last 20 to 30 years. Ewa in general is newer on average when you're outside of the old plantation part of Ewa, but Hoopili is the newest. If you like that new, I confidently say this home works for that buyer profile. That buyer profile where say, we just want new. Promise you guys some reasons why you wouldn't want to move in here. Some people may say, but isn't your fiduciary duty to the seller? Shouldn't you only speak positive? Well, on this platform, you're here for something different. You're here for a level of realness and local perspective that you can't get anywhere else. Should you be interested in buying a 4-bedroom single family off market or a 3-bedroom townhome off market here in Ewa, we want you to be committed to it, want you to stay in escrow, and want you to buy it and know what you're getting into. I'm gonna do 2 parts. I'm gonna list some of the negatives, some of the cons, but I'm also gonna tell you why it doesn't matter. So I'm gonna keep it real with you, which is beneficial to our sellers, to our clients. We'll keep it real, because that'll bring the fandom, it'll bring the buyers, it'll build this trust, but I'm also gonna tell you why what I'm saying doesn't even matter. So first, let's list some of the negatives. Some of the negatives are in Ewa Beach, you're probably a little more likely to have local guys riding in the back of trucks and chairs like this. Probably a little more likely to have firework noise. So if you have, say, a special needs child or special needs adult, or dogs who are sensitive to that. Of the zip codes, this is probably not the best for that. In contrast to that, or on the other hand, you are typically in a controlled, climate controlled environment, so you keep a lot of the noise out. Airplane noise, we mentioned it on other Ewa videos, and I can't not mention it here. You've heard it probably while I was talking. I started raising my voice. The traffic. Ewa Beach is just further behind. Whether you're in New York and you have to cross the bridge to Jersey, or you're in California in the Bay Area and you have to go inland to the East Bay, there's hubs and centers for employment and economy, and then there's further out suburbs, and Ewa Beach is a further out suburb. Now, it's not the worst. Hawaii traffic is not as bad as those cities I mentioned, but for this island, it is worse traffic. Now, the Hoopili, essentially a little better than here, because Hoopili, you're closer to the freeway, but also you're a little set further back towards Kapolei. Before I tell you why, that doesn't even matter, I want to actually give another anecdote. So I talk about schools. We just did a home inspection today. Shout outs to Brian and Danielle. And I told them, I said, hey, before I left on vacation, I had to deal with some family stuff. You guys were not planning on staying in Ewa, because you live in Ewa and now you're buying another house in Ewa. How do we end up here? I haven't seen you in 3 weeks. And they said, you know what, Derek, Kailua, anything we could afford, anything under 1.5 million is a bit of a project. Whereas here, look at this house we're able to get for 1.3, I think we're in contract for. I haven't even looked at it. Mahe and Kenny and the team have been holding it down, but we're in contract for less than what would be a project home in Kailua. The other thing was the schools. They said we kind of wanted Kailua and just the Kailua life and community, but we took what you said, Derek, and we dug into these schools. And what I told them was, and I've told this story probably 5 times on this channel, I had some clients of mine who were teachers and they were moving to Mililani, and I said, hey, presumptively, must be the schools, right? They said, no, Keoneula and Holomua Elementary, those are 2 great schools. I said, what? It's Ewa Beach. They said, try look into Keoneula, look at the principals, award-winning principal, look at the outdoor program, look at the computer program at Holomua, look at how they care for their kids. Like, She's like, no way. I would arguably choose Keoneula over Mililani schools for certain reasons. I was like, wow. Brian and Danielle looked into that and they said, you know what? We're really excited. We're already plugged into this school. We're excited we're in Keoneula School District. This is Brian and Danielle. I'm not telling you to go there. I'm telling you the anecdotes from a few clients of ours. One's were local Hawaii teachers. One's are the retired military family. And Ewa Makai Middle, should you choose to do it, right there. Me keeping it real with you and talking about some of the cons of Ewa and Ewa Beach while I'm trying to sell you my client's house and get maximum exposure on this channel, which no one else in Hawaii can do except for us. So you should call us if you need to sell a home. Of course, if you need to buy a home, if you need to sell a home, get exposure on this channel, because we might do a coming soon off-market video like this, and then we also will get it on the channel once we have all of the staging and all of the good media, right? But why does it not matter? Well, especially in a high-priced market like Hawaii, the price tends to dictate your choices. You know, you end up just like our clients who their budget was like 1.5 max. Price dictated that they end up in Ewa. Now, we went through the process and we explored Kailua. They're just like, oh, we kind of need like 1.6, 1.7 to live the way we want to live. So even though I'm letting you know traffic is not favorable compared to other places on island, it's hotter. Even though I'm letting you know there tends to be a little more firework noise. It doesn't matter, because if you are looking for a 4-bedroom for 800 and something thousand on this island, you don't have many options. And this is about your best option. If you're looking for a condo or a townhome, whether it be 500, 600, 700, depending on what you're looking for, and Hoopili works for you, there's not gonna be other great options. Now, when we do our buyer consult with you and we ask you, what are your priorities? Big 3, commute, size and quality of home, and price. When we unpack those, we kind of already know. We may know before you know. And so fact of the matter is, if Ewa Beach works for you, you're gonna come to know it really quick. If Hoopili works for you, you're gonna come to know it really quick. And if it does work for you, reach out to us. Our 2 clients have these 2 homes coming up. All right. I thought you said you're a good driver. Bruh, I gotta get new alignment. Okay. You gotta go a little slower on the bumps. Okay. Okay.